What's up, guys? I'm Steven.
And I'm Will, and this is the Post
P
P Chronicles. So, as you guys can clearly see, we have no guest today.
No guest.
We are the guest. So, Steven, this is season 2. What has been your experience with Post P Chronicles?
So we're going to talk today about past, present, and future.
Past, present, and
so
future.
We got a lot of exciting stuff in the works. My experience so far has been great. You know, the great thing about the Post P Chronicles for me is not just the stories, but getting to know our guest on a personal level. But I think really the humanization of aspects of people that have committed crimes and how everyone's got a story, whether it's a bad upbringing, bad childhood, divorce, terrible parents, the environment they've grown up in. It really gives you perspective. But is that what you were trying to portray when you first wanted to start Post P Chronicles? What was your idea?
Well, actually, this was my idea. Everything that you just said was my idea. When I thought about, when I'm sitting in that, I'm like, man, I want to not only show people post-incarceration that life is good, but not that life is good, but you can do so much more and you never have to go back. And that's what we've shown. You know, and I feel like the best way to do that was not only to say, hey, look what I'm doing now, but look where I've been. You know, and not only just look where I've been as far as incarceration, but look what I went through to get there, and now look at me now. So I'm just mind blown by the people that we've been able to meet, you know, the experiences that we've had, and it has exceeded every expectation.
And if you're giving off the story, if I can do it, you can do it too. If these guys can do it, you can do it. Kind of like Peter Meyerhoff said, if I can do it, I want to teach all the other guys how to do it.
Exactly. You know, I look back at Big Adam, all the things that Big Adam had to, all the life lessons, the jewels that Big Adam, you know, delayed gratification. That's the one thing that really stuck with Big
Purpose
Adam
over
was like,
pleasure.
Purpose over pleasure.
Yeah, I talked
you
to
know,
him today.
purpose over pleasure, man. You know, all the stories. Vanessa, you know, someone who never was incarcerated, but that was her prison. Because like what do we say? Everyone's prison is in 4 walls and a sink. You know, and Vanessa growing up in foster care and going through all of that, I was mind blown to see how, you know, the correlation of foster care and incarceration, you know, because they felt like they were incarcerated. They didn't have anything. And so, I mean, the stories is, I can go on and on about the stories.
And low-key, we've had some celebrities. We've had Bosco.
Celebrity, man. Watch out for that movie.
We got Peter Meyerhoff. We got JC, Wrong Strong. Man, we got people that
the
have
Kuya,
been,
man. They love the Kuya.
Yeah.
The Kuya. We've been leveling up, man. You know, people see us. You know, I guess that was the whole goal. So let me ask you this: what was the goal as far as in season 1? What did you want to achieve?
So I think just being good at telling people stories and giving them a platform to share their stories. Because I mean, even let's say when you're on trial and you're in front of the judge, she doesn't see your story. She doesn't see your background. No. She doesn't see what led to the moment. She sees the crime. And many times they're like, Will, you did what? You did murder? You did how many years? And that's what I know you for. That's it. I'm judging you at a surface level. So really humanizing the people has been cool. But then also I see, like, we interview local people from Chula Vista. And to see that the rest of Chula Vista and San Diego gets to see this guy's story. And they're like, oh, Ty, I see him every day. Now I understand Ty. Now it makes me more relatable to him. And I get it.
Yeah, definitely. And Chris.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Colazo, hearing his story, it's like, bro, a lot of times when we talk to the people, just like Ty, like, hold up, you was in prison? Well, you went, like, what we say, Ty's story wasn't even prison. Like, that was like an afterthought. It was his upbringing. It's like, man, you went through all of that. And Chris, bro, you did 17 years? I never would have guessed it. Like, bro, you did 17 years in prison. And so to overcome all those things and to be the men and women that they are today, mind-blowing.
So what's been the highlight for you?
Man, the highlight for me truly is the culmination of all of this. I mean, look where we're at right now.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. I mean, come on. Do you not see this beautiful, comfy couch? These pillows? If you guys don't see, we leveled up and we level it up. And it's not from just playing around. This is hard work. This is really hard work and dedication to what we believe in. You know, like I said, Steven's never been in prison. You never been in prison. But you have been ministering in prisons and juvenile halls for how long? How many years? Years. So you don't have to be in there to be in there and to feel what we feel.
Now let's go 2 things. Let's go micro and macro.
Okay.
Short-term goals for the show in your eyes, and what are the large, long-term goals for this show?
My short-term goals for the show, one, is to get a lot more women, honestly. I want to get a lot more women's stories. I want to get more impactful stories. I want to grow. I feel like the way we're growing is the right way. So micro grow organically. The people that see what we're doing, they stay because they know what we're doing is meaningful. And we're not just putting out, just hard. It's entertaining. It's very good stuff. So if you haven't tuned in, tune in. If you know a friend, tell them about it.
Not
you know what we're doing.
necessarily only formerly incarcerated, correct?
Definitely not. I don't want to just talk to formerly incarcerated, like we said, Vanessa and the kids of people who are formerly incarcerated. We talk to a lot of kids, two young ladies whose parents were incarcerated, and so we had a chance to tell their story. And I would like to do more of that, and tell people's stories who have just been through tough times. Correctional officers, like just been through something, and now you have a story. You can help someone who's probably going through the same thing you did, who doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You are their light, so shine for them.
So what's your macro?
My macro, man, I really want this to explode. Why? Because this is powerful, meaningful stuff. Not to knock anybody else and what they're doing, but we're not just talking to people. We're not glorifying incarceration. That's never the goal. We don't want to glorify this. What we're doing is bringing people together. And so macro, I want more people to see this. I want thousands, millions of people to see what we're doing. We want to touch the hearts of the nation. Yeah. Hopefully, the world.
Wow.
What about you?
For me, micro, we got a couple things we want to accomplish that we've talked about. Obviously growing the platform and the audience is key for the same reason, because I want to see, like you said, the stories we're hearing, you're not hearing on any other podcast. No. You can interview a celebrity. You can interview pro athletes. You're not hearing the depth, the quality, or even the shockiness of the stories we hear. Like, you hear Ty's. They'll put Ty's story up against anybody's story. Or JC, his story is up against anybody's story. These stories, I think, need to be heard.
Right.
Not just because we need more views, because people need to know what's going on in people's lives. And that if they've gone through it, you can go through it too. Facts. And you can arrive victorious on the other side. Micro, we got some fun things in the work. So big picture macro. I think I want to change the way incarceration, rehabilitation, recidivism, all that stuff's done. Maybe even reform laws and ways that people look at incarceration.
Yes.
The way people do. And I think we can get there.
Definitely.
It's gonna take a while, but meeting the right people, getting the right exposure, and really telling everyone's stories to the right people to be like, okay, we need to change the way we look at these guys. We're also, fun fact, October we're gonna be going to Africa. And in Africa we're gonna be visiting prisons and saving lives there. We're gonna be not only speaking to them, we're going to be bringing them, life-saving needs. Many times they don't have toiletries, they don't have beds, they don't even have food. We're going to be bringing that to them, speaking to them, giving them a message of hope. So impacting people around the world in prisons. And then if you guys don't know, August 6th, mark your calendar, our first Post-P Chronicles TG event at the Gentle Penguin. We're going to be doing a fundraiser for Post-P Chronicles and the people of Uganda for us to bring life-saving funds to the orphans, to the prisoners, to the poor. So those are kind of our big goals, and I think all of them are going to happen. But first, nightclub, first, Africa, and then we're taking it global.
So if you didn't hear that, Post P is going global. We are going to Uganda, and we need your help. I'm calling out to y'all. We need your help. And it's not just, hey, just donate. Come over. Come out. General Penguin on 3rd Avenue, and spend the day with us, have some drinks, listen to some music, have a good time.
I'll even go one step farther.
Let's go.
If you want to go with us to Uganda, I'm leading the trip. I've been there plenty of times. I got 2 orphanages out there that I've worked very close, hand in hand with. I've supported them for years. If you want to go with us, hit me up, hit Will up. We want you to go with us. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Third world country, helping the poor, going into prisons, bringing a message of hope, bringing light to the darkness. Come with us. I think it'll be an amazing, life-changing thing. We're going to work on documenting it, and we're going to work on, that might be season 3 is releasing.
Definitely, season 3.
Our adventure in Uganda.
Season 3, like you said, big picture. Season 3, we want to go not only document what we have going on in Uganda, but we want to go and interview people where they're at, where they're comfortable. We want to take this show on the road. So if you know anybody who wants to be on Post P, because we get hit up all the time by, hey, can I tell my story? And yes,
Absolutely.
we want you to tell your story. We want you to be comfortable, and this is the platform for you. If you're doing something good, if you are post incarceration, if you're post P, post prison, and prison being something that kept you from being the best version of yourself, whether it be a bad relationship, whether it be something like just a negative thought process, anything that kept you from being your best self, and you overcame that, that's your post pre. And if you want to share that story right here, man, we welcome you. We welcome you. Sit on our couch, talk to us, and help somebody who's going through the same thing you went through.
Yeah, you don't need to be a murderer. You don't need to be raped in your childhood.
Not at
don't need
all.
Any of that. We just want to hear your story.
We want to hear your story.
Overcoming yourself, getting out of the way of yourself, and succeeding. One more question. Not one more, but here's another question for you. What's your personal goal?
My personal goal. My personal goal. My heart is for kids going through the things that I went through when I was young. So my personal goal, not only with the podcast of to grow this, but I want to save lives of the youth. That school to prison pipeline. If you're not familiar with that, the school to prison pipeline, they're locking them up a lot younger and younger and younger. And you go to prison and you see 17-year-olds with life, 18-year-olds with life, 19-year-olds with life. But who were they when they were 12, 11, 13, 14? Who were they? They were just kids, And so I want to change that for them. I want to show them something different. So I just want to give back in that way. That's my personal goal. That is truly my passion,
I love that because that's why I got into prison ministry. So I remember I got into a lot of trouble as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I've been arrested too and all those things. But I remember when I used to go to youth group at my church, no one would say hi to me or pull me in or take me under their wing. So I was like, I just don't want to go anymore. I'm going to go make excuse that I got football practice. I got to stay late, or I got to stay late at school because nobody or older person took me under the wing, or a leader just didn't acknowledge me. So I felt out of place. So after I turned my life around in my 20s, I was like, I'm going to become a youth leader. And all those kids that don't get the love from home and don't feel accepted or part of a group, I'm going to take them under my wing. And then that progressed into juvenile hall ministry. Okay, well, these kids, the ones that are very troubled and had that upbringing, those are the ones I'm going to go talk to. And then I've been going to juvenile hall ever since, because you're right. You got to get them as teenagers. You got to get them as kids, because if their parents aren't loving them, they're going to look for love and affirmation.
Facts.
And many times in the wrong places. Correct?
Facts. What's your personal goal?
Ooh, my personal goal. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm always trying to save the world. So
Superman right here. I don't know if you recognize him, but that's Superman.
Yeah, so I think I got many goals. One thing I'm obsessing over right now, similar to you, is regenerative farming projects around the world. So I think if you can go into a village, an orphanage, a refugee camp like we do down in Mexico, you teach them to do sustainable. So back it up. I read this book, When Helping Hurts. I've done medical missions trips. I've done clean water missions trips. I've done general helping missions trips. And I've all noticed that, all this stuff they're doing, this malnourishment, the bad stomachs, the health issues are for them not having a real diet, not having real food. So if I could go in there, help them purchase land, show them farming techniques, build a regenerative farm. One of my orphanages in Uganda is they pay for their school fees with corn because they have such an abundant harvest. The kids are able to eat, eggs every day, and they can sell a little bit extra. So not only they can sell it, they can eat it, and they can pay for things. That's like their currency out there, because they're so poor they don't have money.
Right.
And that makes their own self-sustaining business. The kids can grow up and become farmers and do regenerative farms. And then I just kind of make a deal with them. I'm helping you do this. You got to help someone else do it. And so I have this concept that, I'm sure everyone said this before, I think I can end world hunger. Because if I build enough regenerative farms, work with enough people, raise enough money, build a big enough team with me, I can take this to anywhere in the world, this new regenerative farming with tilapia farms and hydroponic, the way I'm learning to do it.
Right.
If I can do this, and I can do it any part of the world, in any climate, all I need is a generator, some water, and some tanks, and I can literally feed thousands of people. So we're learning right now, and we're testing out the refugee camp, and then we're going to take it around the world. So that's one of my main goals, and that I think will help the kids from childhood all the way up, fast track them to working, getting jobs, stimulating their economy, and then with growing this is obviously key because I want to see the prison process reformed, and then just I'm one of those people wherever I see need, I just go and help. Right. So that's kind of a broad question. I'm sure it'll change in a couple of years, but right now, that's my focus. The
question may change, or the answer may change, but at the heart of it, it's always to help people.
Exactly.
You know, so
save lives.
Exactly, save lives. Yeah. So let it change. Somebody's going to benefit from whatever change.
I thought once it was medical, then I thought it was clean water, but then as I go deeper, right now I think the answer is regenerative farming. So my goal is obviously to save 1 million lives before I die and help 1 million people find Jesus, and then help as many people as I can that are less fortunate. So.
No, that's good, man. That's really good. And I'm just glad that I can be a part of it, because if you haven't heard, we're going to Uganda. Oh, yeah, you have. You've been watching, right? You've been paying attention? So we're going to Uganda real soon. You know, my first trip to Uganda, like I said, post-P, we going nationwide. No, it's not nation. That's worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
I got to expand my worldview. I'm over here just in the nation.
But it'll be fun. And I think I'm really looking forward to, because my thing also is I love leading trips with people, and I love taking people, because I love what I do, and I just want to share that with others so they can fall in love with what I do. You know, like, we took you to build a house with us, and that was probably a life-changing experience. Everyone's crying. You're dedicating the house to the poor family. Yeah, yours was allergies.
Yeah, it was dust in my eyes or something.
You're dedicating this house to this poor family that would never be able to afford a house, and it's just like, all the people on the team were like, how can we help next? And that's what I want to do, is I just want to get people, like, I do all this cool stuff, and it's honestly fun for me.
Yeah.
I want people to go on an adventure with me.
Yeah.
If you want to go on an adventure with me, hit me up.
Hit them up, man. Go on the adventure. Why would you deprive yourself of an opportunity to not only go on this adventure, the once-in-a-lifetime adventure, but to save lives and to help people, you know? And again, we have August 6th, General Penguin, you know, we have a fundraiser, and come hang out with us. You know, have a couple drinks. If you don't like to drink, have a couple laughs, you know, just listen to some music, dance, you know, we do some stuff, and, you know, have a great time. It's for a good cause.
You drink, you dance, have a good time, have some laughs, and it's for helping a good cause.
And it's for helping a cause. Yeah. Who says no to that? You? I doubt it.
I don't go out, but I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. But he'll be there. He doesn't even go out. If for no other reason, come check Steven out. He's huge. In person. If you, on camera, he looks big. He's bigger in person. Why would you deprive yourself from seeing this huge man? Matter of fact, what do you have going on in August, Steven?
So actually, end of July, the week before, I'm doing the USAs. So hopefully in August when you see me, I'll be an IFBB Pro.
An IFBB Pro. The end of July, man. Do you hear this? Man, hey, support. Shout out, Steven. He's going up. Look at this dude, man. Big bodybuilder. Me. Just in case you didn't know, August 19th, I'll be putting this little body on stage. Yeah. I'm really excited about it. I got the bug being at the gym. TG, matter of fact, come through. TG, the gym, best gym in San Diego. Probably the best gym in the world. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Come check us out.
Well, anything else you want to cover today?
Man, Steven, I'm just really excited about season 2. Again, this is season 2 of Post-P Chronicles, and the experiences that we've had, the people that we met, simply life-changing.
Yeah.
Simply life-changing. I know people say that, and it seems like it's overused. So what?
Absolutely.
You know, so what? It's truly life-changing.
I'll tell you one thing. It's made me a better man for hosting this show.
Definitely.
You know, I'm sure you can say the same.
Without a doubt.
And one thing I think more people need to be is, like, we can't be so dogmatic and black and white. You really got to look at the big picture when it comes to
There's a lot of gray.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gray. So, yeah, man, like we said, let me just recap real quick. Uganda, August 6th. Come hang out with us. General Penguin, there'll be more. We'll keep talking about this up until that date. So, we love to see you. Steven has a show late July. He's getting up on that stage. I'll be getting up, putting this little body on on stage. I'm definitely little compared to this guy.
Hey, we might have a salsa night.
You say salsa night, you know, you never know what we're going to do, but we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time changing lives. We're going to have a great time changing minds and, you know,
One more thing.
saving hearts.
4th of July, TG, The Gym, Chula Vista. This hopefully will be out before then. We're going to have a barbecue fundraiser for Uganda and the orphans. We're going to be selling wristbands for Uganda and the orphans and prisoners. And we're going to have a dunk tank. So come on out. Have some fun.
A lot of things going on. Post P Chronicles. First and foremost, we just want to thank you guys for the support. We want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting. You know, this is something very, very close to my heart. And Steven, I mean, I can't say enough good things about you. You're an incredible human being. Incredible human being, and I'm glad to call you a friend and a mentor and all of the above.
Absolutely.
Man.
Couldn't
I
pick
really
a better
appreciate
person
you.
to host this show with, and your story alone, just your character, your story, your journey has broken the whole mold for me and how what I think about, you know, incarceration, how people are. So I want to thank you.
We thanking each other around
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying? It's a love fest. That's what we do over here at Post P Chronicles. So once again, I'm Will,
And I'm Steven.
and this is the Post P Chronicles.